Okay, so here's my method to teach two-digit addition with regrouping. So the first thing that I do is I talk to students about what the word solve means, because they will see that on a test. So the word solve, I tell them, just means to add. And when we see a sentence written sideways like this, the first thing we have to do is rewrite it properly. Now, even if it's written up and down, I still have the students rewrite it. So step number 1 is to write them one on top of the other. And we make sure, I tell students to really make sure that they're lining up their ones and their tens. So step number 1, they write the two numbers one on top of the other. If they're already written like this on a piece of paper or on a, like on their computer test, I make them rewrite it again. So step 1, rewrite them one on top of the other. Step 2, we draw a line down the center to divide the tens and the ones. For step 3, we're going to actually draw out the place value blocks for tens and ones. So there's 5 ones, so we draw 5 little dots, and then 8 dots here. And I do tell students it has to be dots. We don't do circles, we don't do big boxes, we do small little dots. And then we draw out our tens rods. So we have 2 tens rods here and 3 tens here. So that's step number 3. For step number 4, we're going to add the numbers on the one side. So we go 5 plus 8. If students can do it in their head, that's fine. I do encourage them to count the dots to make sure they're correct. So 5 plus 8 equals 13. We're going to write 13 off to the side. That's step number 4. In step number 5, we're going to actually write the ones and regroup if necessary. So the 3 is in the 1 spot, so it goes down, and the 1 is in the 10 spot, it goes up here. So now we have 1 plus 2 plus 3, and the very last step, step number 6, is to actually go ahead and add that final. So we have 1 plus 2, which is really the same as saying 3, so this really is like saying 3 plus 3, which gives me 6. And that is how you solve a two-digit addition with regrouping. If they don't have to regroup, then the only step they would skip would be moving over that 1 spot. Now, to do two-digit addition with estimation, it will show them a math problem like this, and it'll say something like estimate, and let's say it's the same problem. Let's just do 25 plus 38. Again, the setup is mostly the same. So the students are going to write them one on top of the other, 25 plus 38. I do encourage them to do it on lined paper and do it neatly. They're going to draw their line down the middle, just like they would do before. But this time, it's asking them to estimate, which means they're going to have to round both numbers and then add them together. So we draw little arrows here, and then we set up a rounding number line for each problem. And this is how they would round any number. So the first rounding number line, they draw a line. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, line, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The number is 25, so 25 goes up top. Then they do, the number in the tens place is 2. The value of the 2 is 20. And what comes after 20 when we count by 5s is 30. Or count by 10, sorry, is 30. Then we're going to cross out the number in the 10 spot because we've already used it. We circle the number in the 1 spot. The 5 is on the 30 side of this line here. So 25 rounds up to 30. So 25 would round to 30. And then we have 38, and we're going to draw another rounding number line to round 38. Same process as before, and I'm hoping you can still see what I'm doing here. So again, draw a rounding number line, 1, 2, 3, 4, line, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 38 goes up top. So we do the number in the 10 spot is a 3. Its value is 30. 40 comes after when we count by tens. We scribble out the 3 because we've used it. 8, 8. The 8 is on the 40 side of the line, so it rounds to 40. Okay, so now we're back to this. All we have to do now is add them together. So I tell students we set it up just like before, the little plus sign. 0 plus 0 is 0. 3 plus 4, and we can draw our 3 and our 4 out here, so we go 3 plus 4, which is 7. It is very important when they estimate that they round both numbers first and then add. The goal with this here is to get them into working with mental math. So the idea is that if they know how to round, that eventually they'll get to the point where in their head they could say, well, 25 is about 30, 38 is about 40, that's about 70. If they add the two numbers together first and then round, they're not going to get the correct answer. And we can see that up here. If you round 63, you get 60, which is not the correct answer. So students must round first before they add them together. They must round before they add. Ugh, I just realized I did this totally wrong. No, I didn't. I did this right. We're good. Sorry, my brain today. Yeah. So they must round first before they add. But that's basically how I teach two-digit addition with regrouping. And we'll practice this for probably the next 2 weeks. Okay.